Let me get straight to the point. This demo left me speechless. A mixture of Devil May Cry's gameplay with Final Fantasy's world building, Final Fantasy XVI is shaping itself up to be a masterpiece. Fair warning, I will share a brief spoiler to the demo at the end of this video, but I'll make sure I cover everything that's important before that happens, and I'll let you know when I'm about to reach that spoiler discussion. I imagine one of the major skepticisms of 16 is the gameplay, and that's understandable. Final Fantasy XV's gameplay was mainly holding circle to auto-attack, and 7 Remake can feel grounded with trying to mix turn-based strategy with real-time action. Don't get me wrong, I love both games. I actually felt teary-eyed at the end of 15, and 7 Remake's DLC was the first thing I played when I got my PS5. But 16 has delivered with its gameplay, with Ryota Suzuki and his long history working with fighting and action games from Capcom like Street Fighter IV, Devil May Cry, Dragon's Dogma, and Monster Hunter World. There's no doubt that 16's gameplay would be flashy and fluid, which is definitely the case. I honestly have little experience playing those Capcom games I mentioned, so I didn't entirely know what to expect, but the gameplay seems in-depth with new abilities to unlock and new iconic powers. With the staggering system, now referred to as the Will to Fight in 16, returning to allow you to deal massive damage after attacking the same enemy for a period of time. Moving on to the narrative, Final Fantasy XVI takes place in the world of Valishdea, with Mother Crystals providing etheric energy to the world's population. Icons are one of the major aspects to the narrative, being magical creatures similar to the summons across the series. This time they are different. Instead of just being their own creatures brought into battle from humans, icons have human hosts, being labeled as dominants. In the game you play as Clive and his journey from a teenager to a young adult, who was blessed with the gift of the icon Phoenix, but he is not its dominant. Instead, it was his younger brother Joshua, who must bear the burden of being its dominant. This led Clive into devoting his life to be Joshua's shield, and protect him as the first shield of Rosaria. It's also great that you can press the touchpad during cutscenes to get some real-time lore if you ever get confused by certain phrases or characters. The story is set to take a darker tone, being the first mainline Final Fantasy game with a mature rating, with producer Yoshi P saying, "By showing the dark, we're showing that this is the true world, and we're not telling a lie in that sense." But again, while the game has this dark feel to it, we do move towards the ultimate message that shows when there is dark, there's going to be light. And when there's light, there can be hope. And so hopefully, by the time the player gets to the end of the game, they'll have this sense that there is hope for a better tomorrow even in the dark. I'm personally all for this decision. I'm not a fan of overly positive pieces of media, so witnessing tragedy and hardship is something I'm all for. Like, come on, this is literally a Drakengard and NieR channel. I think it would be hard to be a fan of that stuff and not be willing to accept darker themes.
You cock.
Before going on to spoilers, I want to say that I believe this game is going to be amazing, and I know I will spend the rest of my summer playing it. So if you're leaving to avoid spoilers, take care, and I will hopefully post a new NieR video before the release of Final Fantasy XVI. Okay, demo spoilers begin in 3, 2, 1. Holy tits, I lost it when Joshua died at the end. Watching Ifrit tearing Phoenix apart while hearing Joshua beg for Clive to help him, with Clive pleading Ifrit to stop, was heartbreaking. This scene is exactly what Yoshi P meant during the interview, not holding any punches and wanting to express a world with true threats and consequences. This demo probably left you feeling dread inside, and hopefully there is going to be light at the end of the narrative. Take care.